Alright, so we're gonna have the pick ban phase between Team A and B here. So let's see what the first ban coming out of Team A is gonna be here.
So I go.
Okay, ban out the Shen. I know that Asian Bachelor, aka Josh, is a big Shen player, so this is gonna be a pretty big ban coming out of them.
I shall endure.
We'll target ban for the Navy player or Miku.
Yeah, so we have Rayon, who's the highest ranked player out of anyone here. So that is a pretty good target ban coming out of from Team B.
You used to.
Next we have the Echo. I'm not exactly sure who that's targeting, as I haven't been following all the players that have been playing through the tryout bracket so far, but
Rengar ban coming from.
it's an odd Rengar ban, as I know Hosher is a pretty big Rengar player, so not sure who that's targeted for.
Will be understood eventually.
So we have our first picks here, as each team is going to ban 3 champions and they pick a few, and then we're going to go back to banning another 2 champions. So in case that no one knew, that's how the ban phase works in League of Legends. I have the Alawi locked in.
Alright, the Vlad pick coming in from Blueberry.
Seems like a solid pick to the Alawi.
Flex pick, top of bot or mid.
Yeah, it could go top, bot lane, or mid lane, which is very flexible for Team B here.
Alright, Mordekaiser, so it looks like it's gonna be Vlad mid.
Yeah.
Mordekaiser top.
Looks like Hosher's going to be on Vlad, as I know he's been playing quite a bit of Vladimir recently. Unless he's playing jungle this game, I'm not sure.
From the schedule thing, he's a mid laner.
Yeah, so it looks like he's playing mid lane, so it might be his
Yeah.
pick there. Have the
Alright,
casted and locked
pick
in.
From Nico.
So it looks like they're
Orion.
going to be going for a scaling composition, which will definitely be a lot stronger as the game progresses. So we're seeing Hosher flash with champions a lot.
Looks like he locked in the Heck Room. Heck Room's a strong pick, but I think he just got nerfed in the recent patch.
It's the Seraphine ban. I've been seeing a lot of Seraphine, and I know that's pretty broken champion because of her healing and stuff like that.
A
So
good ban. He's a very strong champion as well.
More of a dog person, huh?
gonna see the final ban coming out in this game before we get into the last 4 picks. Nautilus. Looks like they're trying to prevent a hard to engage composition that Team B looks to be trying to put together here with the Hecarim and the Vladimir ultimates.
Alright, Leona pick. Strong
Yeah,
support.
so yeah, it really looks like Team B is trying to put together a hard dive composition, which might become a problem for champions like Alawi that are very immobile later on in the game.
Looks like it's gonna be Malachi support.
Last pick we have the Yone here, or
No. Not picks ADCs. From the looks of it.
I'd imagine they picked Tristana here. Looks like that is what they're going
That's
for.
the case.
Final pick we have the 80 carries. See what our bot lane matchup's gonna look like. With the Kai'Sa locked in.
pick.
Okay.
Both
So
teams
looking-
looking really strong.
Yeah. Looking at both team comps, as I stated earlier, I feel like Team B is going to be looking for a hard dive composition with the Vladimir and the Leona ultimates along with Hecarim, while Team A is going to be looking to try and scale into the late game with Tristana's range with their passive as the game progresses and Kassadin's strength as the game goes later on. We're going to be switching to the actual game screen.
Alright, Tyler, from looking at both teams, who do you think will be winning this game? What are your predictions?
Depending on the length of the game, I really think that from early to mid game, I feel like Team B is going to be winning out here. But as the game progresses, if they aren't able to close it out, I'm confident that Team A is going to be able to take over the game with the Kassadin pick and Tristana.
Okay.
You have quite a bit of spectator delay here, so.
No,
I
it's
don't
to
think so.
prevent any like stream sniping.
I haven't been keeping up much with the meta in League of Legends recently, but I feel like with the picks that they have here, this is going to be a pretty exciting game. A lot of team fights going on here, so looks like we're in for a treat. Anyone doesn't know from the aliases that people are playing behind. For Team A, we're going to have Turkey in the top lane, Rayon mid lane, Abdel in the AD carry role, Kevin support, and then finally we have Muhammad playing jungle. And then for Team B, we have Josh top lane, Hosher mid lane, Nathaniel AD carry, Zane support, and lastly we have Aaron playing in the jungle role. True. So pretty much League of Legends is a game where it's a MOBA, which means it's like a multiplayer online battle arena where there's two turrets and there's a bunch of turrets on the map and two nexuses on each side. Pretty much the goal is to break the enemy team nexus, and you fight through taking objectives all across the map, clearing minions, getting gold, items. See who comes out on top at the end. If you want to add anything, Gareth?
No, you covered the whole thing. Besides the 3 lanes, the top lane is a solo lane. There's 2 solo lanes, mid lane, top lane, and a dual bot lane with 1 player in the jungle, which jungle can help any of the lanes and have a separate impact to the game.
For sure.
Graves in the jungle with no flash. Both junglers have no flashes.
Yeah, that's going to be something that
That's
might try and be collapsed upon from each opposing team, as the junglers will be pretty immobile throughout the game. So we're heading to Summoner's Rift here. We have 10 of the best League of Legends players that have made it through the STFX tryout. Try and make the main team here, so let's see what happens. So you have all the players moving into their respective lanes here. Hasha going to mid lane, Josh top.
To Summoner's Rift.
Looks like Graves is going to start from the bottom side of his jungle where his red buff is.
30
The looks
seconds
of
until
things.
minions spawn.
Have a pretty standard setup here from both teams where they're just getting a bot side leash to help the junglers get up and about the map pretty early on in the game, as their leash will be a lot faster.
Alright, come back when warding is ready. He's gonna start blue.
One stump high and 10 stumps tall.
Minions have spawned.
Those who may not know, that ward that Hecarim placed on the top side pretty much prevents the enemy jungler from invading him and taking his jungle camps, which would kind of stunt his movement amongst the map as the game progresses.
Let 'em come by land, by sea or air. Send 'em running home when the vandal gunners flare.
Okay, so we have Graves taking his red buff here. Pretty standard. Hosher looking in the mid lane here. Pretty small trade with his Q there. Looks like Cassidon is trying to get a lot of harass early on with his by taking his Q early on in the game.
Bring down the bot lane.
This stage of the game probably won't have very much fighting as everyone's in very low items, just trying to farm minions, which give them gold, which will later allow them to get items that they need to try and win. A big trade coming up from Josh in the top lane there. He's coming back to mid lane where there's still also a lot of fighting going on. Cassidon is getting quite low here as he's down to almost 200 health. Might see Hecarim try and fight towards mid lane here as
Josh is getting bullied by the Alawi from her E ability.
actually it looks like both junglers are going to be looking for pretty much a full clear here. Not much ganking going on.
Therefore, might look for a gank top lane.
Looks like that is what's going to happen here. Josh might have his E ability coming up soon. They're pouncing on the Alawi here, but it looks like Alawi's... There comes the first blood coming out of Team B. That is a big pickup for them as they want to try and control the tempo of the game early to prevent Team A from farming out and inevitably getting ahead of them. They're coming back towards the riverside here. Asha's gonna back off here, farm some more CS, try and get his items.
Alright, let's see bot. Jungle's gonna push in the river.
So we had Mordekaiser back in the top lane. He's gonna come back to lane with his lane pushing into Alawi, which is gonna help him pick up even more CS. We have a little setup here coming in the pixel rush. Hecarim just walked right into the trap, and he looks to be falling.
And
No,
he
he gets out 1 health.
There you go.
Extremely unlucky for Team A there. Hecarim's gonna recall. Looks to be going back towards his bot side. See Cassidon here with a very aggressive summoner in the Ignite, but he doesn't seem to be wanting to take very many fights here, so I'm not sure how effective that will be for him as the game progresses.
Welcome to Alawi.
Asian Bachelor looks to be falling quite low here. He also saw his teleport, so he'll be able to recall if he really needs to. Looks like a gank coming up from Heckram in the bot lane. Sana probably has her W here. Yeah, so he's gonna get away.
Okay, he splashed his skill.
Ooh, if that E hit there from the Alawi, that could have very well led to a kill. Mordecai is falling quite low.
Looks like Heckram's going for a regain, maybe. Oh,
Heckram looks like
counter gank.
Graves has the counter gank here. This might be a big fight we have in the bot lane. Leona goes back in onto the Maokai. TP from Hosher pretty much nullifies the situation as he's gonna head back into the mid lane. We have Team B starting up the Dragon here actually. While Maokai's not there, so they're gonna have the advantage in a 4v3. Looks like Team A might just want to give this one up.
The Graves is giving in to the Dragon.
Yeah, and they have full vision, so they know that they're on it. It's gonna be a good pickup from Team A here. Really helped them take over early on in this game. We have recalls coming up from the bottom side of the map since their wave's pushed in. Alawi TP's back into the top side. So keeping track of the summoner spells here, I noticed that the bot lane of Team B still has all their summoners. Looking for a 3-man dive into Hosher here. He pops the W. He also has his flash and ultimate to help him out of the situation.
Get out because the phase rush movement speed.
We have Heckram coming here to help counter this fight. But there's all too much damage coming out from Team A. That's going to be a big kill. And the Heckram's going to fall as well.
Two dots down.
It's a pretty big fight coming out there. That's another kill coming out from TAA, so not looking too good here from Team B on the red side. Not much going on the map now as everyone's kind of going back to farming again, which is, people who don't know, is a pretty big part of the game of League of Legends. Try and get your items.
So Ballin's moving up to mid lane. I'm not gonna try and gank out Vladimir or Harsher. Never mind.
Brown's gonna get the blue buff here, which will help him also scale as he'll be able to farm minions a lot easier and spam his abilities with pretty much an infinite mana pool. The fight coming out here in the bot lane. Kaisa has to pop his heal. Ult kind of saves Kaisa there, I'm not sure.
Wow, Leon with the engage. Graves ganking top lane. Never mind.
So he's gonna fall back from that gank there.
Oh, Heckram's coming into the game. Along with Cassidy.
This would be a dive on the bot side here.
One kill.
Tristana's gonna fall. Looks like Maokai will also fall here. We have Hosher collapsing on Vladimir, so that might also be it. Hosher collapsing on Kassadin, so that might also be a kill there.
Graves collapsing over Vlad.
Gonna nullify the situation and go back to the mid lane. They have pretty high CS numbers coming out of the Kassadin. He's kind of getting ahead. 81 farm compared to Hosher's 70. Another trade coming up from Allow in the top lane. Seems to be kind of dominating Josh in these trades here. But Josh seems to be able to hold his own.
And that's another E. Josh Johnson decided to wait it out. He wanted to take the lane.
Back to the bot lane here. Looks like a gank might be coming out here in the bot lane. We have the TP and Hosher. He could try and TP to help them, but it's looking too grave a situation. One's gonna fall. Looks like Leona might also fall here. Yeah, it's gonna be 2 kills going to the blue side. Back in the mid lane where Kassadin seems to be getting aggressive. And he gets out. The Rift Walk from Kassadin really being able to help him here with an insane flash to secure that kill. And they're going to be able to get up. So the red team kind of cutting their losses there for that poor bot fight that just happened. From a solid play from Asher. Maokai recalling here. Hecarim seems to be taking the top scuttle, but he has been spotted on this control word right here, so.
He might get collapsed on from the Graves and the lava.
Yeah, it looks like a collapse coming here. They're going to have quite the big fight in the top lane, and Hosher's going to be TPing in.
Alright, some crazy healing for that lava.
We're going to have 2 players recalling. Seems like nothing really came of that fight. Hosher's going to get some free CS in the top lane here. Kassadin's coming in for the dive, but not exactly sure what his plan there was, but wasn't really able to get a trade in the Hosher kill, but nonetheless it is a kill. We have a bot lane fight coming out here. They're collapsing hard into Tristana that's able to WA. That's going to be the Leona ult down from the red side, so it's not looking too good for their bot lane. Looks like the red side might just start the dragon here. They're going to clear out a little bit of vision from the control word. They're probably going to fall back to the dragon. They don't have everyone rotated towards the bot side of the map. Looks like the blue side is actually going to be forcing this dragon instead. Might need to see a rotation from. Looks like red side's going to give this up for the turret place that they're going to get in the top side from hitting the tower. Oh, they're going to get a little bit of chip damage on that turret though. Red side bot lane is probably going to want to try and play a little bit safe for a little while, as most of the blue side was just to work dragon. Looks like they got the top lane tower to just a little under half HP. They're gonna reset here and yeah, they're gonna reset here, try and collect a little. Yeah, Hotch already had his ult on him, which is gonna secure that kill, but it's a kill nonetheless. We're back at even 7-7 in kills. Fairly even CS across all the lanes. Mordekaiser's gonna want to fall back here. He's getting quite low. Has to burn the flash. Graves might still get this kill. Yep, there it is. Graves is getting.
Collapse on the Graves here.
Hosher seems to be going around. Big ult there from Hecarim. Ooh, slightly miscalculates it as he
Burning
just
his-
barely misses him. Looks like the red side still wants to take the fight here. Hosher flashing on Hecarim, or Graves gets that kill. Hecarim seems to be in a little bit of trouble. He's gonna
Looks like a lot of these
run
going.
back towards the bottom side of the map. Try and get back around through mid. Hosher is also gonna fall in the top lane here.
Looks like it's fight still
We
going
have
on. in the top
another
lane.
fight coming in the top lane.
More Akram's falling into. Might be cool.
Gonna be some chip damage here on Mordekaiser. We're back to our regular lane states. Graves seems to be
Lowry might go
pathing.
for the dive on the Mordekaiser.
Mordekaiser getting quite low. He will fall.
So it might be 1-for-1 trade here.
Gonna see the TP coming out of Hosher here. It's gonna be too little, too late. Or he might be able to get this kill with the TP extra movement speed. He's unable to get the Q and Alawi there. It's quite unfortunate. They're gonna come out such low HP.
Looks like he's still going.
TP's
for it.
forward, he still gets the kill on Alawi. To be hunting down Kassadin here too. Pops the emote, a little bit of BM. Panning back to the bot lane here.
Looks like Bali might be waiting for more game here. Or a dive. Never mind.
So you have Josh is pretty behind in CS in the top lane. He's gonna be quite a bit behind the Alawi here by about
Let 'em come
40
by
or so
land,
CS.
by sea or air. Send 'em running home when the band will gonna flare.
just pushing at the mid lane. He might look to recall here. We also have the dragon that's going to be coming up soon. So both sides are going to want to try and take control. We already have Alawi coming towards the bot side here.
Just not
So they're
getting a little damage done to
Gonna be
Hosher here.
a 4v4 in the bottom side half of the map here. Blue side's really missing one of their strongest champions in the Kassadin, taking a fight top lane. Looks like Kassadin, Mordekaiser will fall. There's a big fight in the bot lane. Hosher's getting a massive ultimate onto two players. He's unable to really get anything as blue side's just far too strong, way too far ahead right now. Kassadin's coming in with a flank on these two players. He has the flash and the rift walk. Gets one. Hosh is able to get a kill further down the map.
That's the castle going into the
He's gonna fall back. He's gonna go and take that blue buff. He's getting quite low. He might fall to this blue buff here. Looks like he's gonna be fine. So we're seeing the blue team get quite far ahead in the early game, which is definitely not what red side wants, as their team comp is gonna get a lot weaker. Except for other than the Vladimir, their team comp's not gonna get as strong later on with Hecarim and Mordekaiser kind of falling off. With the game passing the 20-minute mark, Baron is also on the table, which is a buff that will empower the minions and the champions of whichever team decides to take it, which will put them in a really good position to try and win the game. Mordekaiser chipping away at this top lane tower. Probably gonna get it down.
No, he's not gonna get it.
He does end up getting it. He might fall to the Kassadin here. Enters his ultimate. It still looks like too little too late, but Hecarim's coming in. Might be able to get the trade kill here. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a trade from Hecarim.
Running.
Looks like they know that Graves is here. Heckram's fighting alone.
Posture might move in to help him if they keep chasing.
Looks like they still want the jungle fight here. It's gonna invade and take the blue buff right in front of Graves. Graves passing back to the bottom side. We have a bot lane fight here, but red side is quite behind. Not sure if this will turn out exactly how they want. It might be a trade kill into Tristana. Mordekaiser's coming in with the TP.
And TP from the Alawi. And
The Vladimir's also TPing. All the TP's coming out here. This might be a big fight we have here.
Beard's coming in.
We have a disconnect coming from the Tristana. Might be an internet issue. We'll have to see what happens there. And Posture is also gonna fall. This is also looking quite rough. Heckram looks like he also might fall here.
Ghost and
nope.
ult usage.
That champion is way too fast.
Chasing.
So we're kind of gonna see a reset on the map. The blue side might be looking to try and push it towards Baron, possibly by getting this top lane tower, gaining control and vision on the red side. Alawi taking the dragon, or the red buff, sorry. Ping coming from the red side as they have spotted Kassadin in their jungle. We also know that Alawi's here. Seems like they do know. We see pings coming out from the red side, but Mordekaiser wants to get reinforcements for this fight. The Alawi might be able to turn this fight.
The healing for this character is crazy.
The healing and fighting power is absurd, but
There's so many tentacles for her.
looks like the red side is going to end up getting that cut down.
She ends up getting 1-for-1.
That is also quite big. So this game later on is going to be looking like a battle of the mid laners and the junglers, as they seem to be performing the best this game so far. The Alawi is also an X factor for the blue side. He's quite ahead of Asian Bachelor in the top lane. See the red side ping that the dragon's going to be spawning in just a few seconds. They have Kassadin split pushing the top side. This might not be the best fight for the red side to take here. They do end up losing. They lose a lot, but they get the kill in Tristana. Looks like they're going to try and get these last two kills as well. Big kills coming up from Hosher here. He's going to be a monster later on in the game. But he does fall to the turret. Red side is looking to...
going to take the 1v4 just to protect dragon.
Look at the amount of dominance that the Alawi is just asserting here. Walks into the river and we have 3 red side players just going back into the jungle. Ice has no flash, that's going to be a kill coming out from the blue side again.
The red team's going to give up to the drag.
Yeah, and Leona's also going to be falling.
Passing through low on mana, he might fall here.
But the Mordekaiser ult coming in on the Kassadin. Might be a kill coming out if he gets... No, he just gets the Q over the wall. What a great play coming out from Mordekaiser for his first kill. But they're getting recollapsed on by the blue side. Posher's trying to come in to try and save the day. But doesn't look like he can do much. Doesn't have his ultimate or flash. He's gonna have to just retreat. Might get cut off from the Graves here though. And Hosh is also gonna fall. And also the Kais is gonna fall. Just kind of falling apart here for the red side. As a 7k gold lead is coming out for the blue team.
Is looking to come by. It's gonna be a very long game. Team Blue
We're pinging towards Baron. Lots of pings towards Baron. Looks like Team Blue is going to try and get that. As I stated earlier, at the 20-minute mark, the Baron is a big objective for any team to get. And it looks like the red side is just going to give it up. They don't have enough time to try and get there. And we also have Cassin on the bottom side of the map taking the dragon. There's also going to be double objectives coming out here from the blue side. Not sure if Cassin will be able to finish this. He's falling quite low to this objective.
If Team Red decides to check it, they might get a kill here.
Oh, he barely gets out. 14. And
Speed buff from the...
oh,
Oh, he barely made it.
Leona gets the kill on Cassin. Very close. Still have a massive gold lead coming from the blue side. So they might try and push it up mid here, gain some extra control on the map, or trying to push out the side lanes to overwhelm the red side, be able to centralize their manpower.
Stana might be looking solo for bot lane. No, tower.
Tower is getting quite low in the bot lane at half HP.
There's a lot of wards for that one push.
Yeah. Okay, they're gaining full control of mid now. Hosh is going to want to back up here, as he doesn't want to get any unnecessary fights, which could very well cost them the entire game. Looks like one more team fight from the blue team, and they might be able to close this one out. We're going to have to see a miracle here coming out of the red side. A big team fight.
The blue teammates are gonna... Blue teams are moving bot lane, while allow us solo spot.
Lavi's going to be able to stall a lot of time in the top lane here. She's very tanky, and
She has
the
a
ultimate.
very good lead on all of them.
So it's a 1v4 situation. And it seems that they're losing actually. Somehow Alawi, an absolute monster in the top lane,
The Omni Rex is
killing
very
them
good.
all.
She
Oh, there's a
gets
push in the bot
3
side.
of
He
them.
gets a triple kill in a 1v5. Alawi at 10-4 and 10. Turkey taking over this game. Looks like they're gonna try and get.
Might end
Yeah, they could very well end this game right here.
right here.
They still have a couple baroned up minions. It looks like they're gonna take the safe route, back up, reset their money. We have a 10k gold lead coming up from the blue side. This Alawi is absolutely unstoppable. Not sure if the red side's gonna have an answer to what this Alawi will be able to do.
Looks like Castle is just farming up. Mixes.
You're gonna see a reset here. All the teams looking to try and farm up, push out the side waves, that kind of thing. The red team seems to be in a lot of trouble here. They're really lacking vision on the blue side of the map.
Except blue team's going for mid lane dominance here. They'll push out mid while bot lane pushes with their super minions.
They're probably going to be able to pick up this turret here. Getting quite low. Tristana or Alawi might be able to pick it up. Some chip damage on Hosher. We might see a full out fight coming out here. The Leona just going in by herself. Not sure what this play is.
Oh,
They're falling quite low. Flashes out. A big ult coming up from Hecarim. Oh, the Alawi though. It's too much. It's too much damage. The blue side is gonna end the game. This is gonna be the end of the game here.
This is game.
Quite the effort coming out from the red side, but overall the early leads that they're able to get from a lot of kills that they're able to get early on in the game really secured. Might try and secure the ace. The Maokai's chasing. But it looks like they're just going to end the game. Solid performance coming out from Turkey and Rayon and the jungler here, Graves. That is going to be a win for the blue side. Great game, everyone. GG's.
Mordecai is looking here to be in the final picture.
And he does get in the picture.
And he makes it.
Alright, so that was the
game
final.
from both sides.
Yeah, that was a great game coming out from both sides. We have an amazing performance coming out of the Alawi here. I'm going to try and see the damage stats. Alawi with a massive game, getting 44,000 damage over anyone else in this game. He's going to be a player to watch for the STFX starting League of Legends team. We also have Graves and the Cassidy putting in great performances as well. On the red side, I can add that Hosher really did try his best. He was put in a position to carry, but ultimately couldn't close it out. Good game, everyone.
Very good game to watch.
Alright. Peace. Have a good one.